Hello, I hope all is well. Woo. Okay, I hope all is well. I'm in my kitchen right now, so yeah, I'm just gonna make a quick video. And you know what's sad is, it's crazy out here because I made a video, um, like a little over a week ago, speaking on how you need to really be careful with what you watch online on the internet from anyone. So this week I've actually been fasting from social media. I did a little water fast just for 2 days, and I'm fasting from some TV right now. So I'm really just trying to like get deeper with God, sitting with Jesus, feeling great, learning so much. And yeah, so like I made a video speaking on, be careful with what you watch on social media. And for some reason, I deleted the video because I felt like what I'm talking about just makes no sense. Am I just making stuff up? You know, blah blah blah, right? And then I'm watching a video right now. I only literally watch one person, even when I'm fasting from online, because I actually trust this person and what they say. And they literally said something that I said. And I'm just like, and they were talking about parasitic thoughts, about how if there's something that you want to do, that you feel called to do, you'll have all these thoughts like telling you you can't do this, you're gonna fail, blah blah blah, all the demonic thoughts, right? All the thoughts that are just stopping you from speaking whatever your truth may be, what you feel the truth is. And I watched a movie 2 nights ago, and it was just so weird because I understood the message. A girl, it was a movie called Tall Girl. I was watching it for entertainment, but at one point, she was afraid to perform on stage, and she was just getting these thoughts telling her that she's gonna fail, that who does she think she is, blah blah blah. And it's just crazy that I'm watching a podcast now of a spiritual teacher that I listen to, and she's talking about parasitic thoughts, and this stuff is real because it happens to me a lot, and it happened to me with that video. Oops, that scared me. I was spewing out information from my experience and something that happens to all of us. And basically, I'll just share what I said in that video. I hate that I deleted it. This is just when that's that thought taking over, saying that what you're saying makes no sense, and take it down. And I let that parasitic thought control me. Demonic thoughts. You can call it demonic thoughts, and we all have them. It stops us from being who we truly are and doing good in the world. And so, in the video, I was speaking on how be careful with what you watch on social media. So, when I was on YouTube, I was just watching some videos for entertainment and stuff. And I noticed that when I watch something, afterwards, I don't feel good, and I start to question my life. I start to question, am I living the way I should be living? Am I looking how I should be looking? Am I behaving the way I should be behaving? Like, I just start questioning my reality. But, yeah. I question, like, all right, so I'll be really happy. I'll be feeling super happy. I have a good day. Then I go on, social media, or watch, a YouTube video. And afterwards, I start to feel like not good anymore. I feel like I'm not living up to society's standards. And then, but now that I'm closer with God and Jesus, I'm seeing right behind all of that. It's just crazy, It's like we're being pulled away from who we truly are, from our true selves. We're all unique. We don't have to behave a certain way. Of course, you don't want to do things that hurt others, the obvious stuff. But I don't know, I've just been watching like so many things, and all I see is a message from God and Jesus. And I know a lot of people are going to go against this one. I don't really want to talk about this too much because, it could be sensitive to a lot of people, and I understand. I was watching the show Dahmer, and this is a very common thing for people who commit evil. This is very hard for people to understand, and I get it because I was there. But those who commit a lot of evil, they went through something very painful in their life. They weren't taught right or wrong. And there was something in the show Dahmer that he said. So in the end, he finally gives himself to Christ. He got baptized and he gives himself to Christ. And this one got to me. So if you watch the show, if you haven't watched the show and you want to see it, stop right here because I'm going to spoil it. But another Christian comes in and he just starts calling Dahmer out on all the evil he's committed. And Dahmer says something along the lines of, he found God now. He was lost when he was doing all those things. He said he didn't want to do it, but he just did it. And yeah, the things he did were that's horrible. That's horrid. In a way, we're kind of like that. Obviously, some of us not to that extreme, but some people have been through insane things, or they're just being taken over. They're just not aware. They're simply lost, just like a lot of us are. We may do things that we're not aware that are hurting others. Man, I was going to say something really good, but it totally just flew out of my mind. I guess, I don't know. I just, God is really the only way. God is salvation. Jesus is salvation. I don't know why I started talking about that. Anyways, back to the social media video. Maybe what I was trying to say will come up because it was very important. But I also noticed, social media would really influence a lot of my decisions in life. And 2 weeks ago, I saw a video on this couple, and, they were doing things that were, the man was doing some things that were pretty inappropriate, and, his girl is all stressed out and stuff. And then I start side-eyeing my relationship, and I'm looking at my husband like, are you doing this? Is this what's going on in my relationship? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm realizing, wait, I'm not, no offense to them, no offense to anyone, there's nothing wrong with them. I'm not living how they're living. I'm not doing what they're doing. That's how influential social media is. We compare our lives so much to other people's lives, and we start to take in their energies and their pains and suffering, their worries, their anxieties and fears, and we start to apply it to our lives when we're not even living that way. That's why pay attention to how you feel after you watch something. Me, I love horror movies. I love them so much. I love watching scary things, but now I'm at the point where I really can't watch these things that much anymore because it affects me. I used to go to sleep with The Exorcist on. I can't watch The Exorcist anymore. I'm never watching that movie ever again. Until this day, I have nightmares of The Exorcist. It sounds funny, and it sounds like it's not a big deal, but now, when I get closer to God and Jesus, I see how the way I was living is not right. Take a break from social media and start paying attention. Start paying attention to how you feel after you watch something. How did you feel before you watched it? Now how do you feel afterwards? Are you questioning your own life? Are you comparing your life to that person that you're watching? Are you starting to feel fear and anxiety and worry after watching that video? you probably shouldn't watch it. Or if you're gonna watch it, have the awareness that, all right, we have two separate lives. This is what's going on with them, and this is what's going on with me. And yeah, just have awareness, because sometimes I still like to watch things that are entertaining. And I have to really be present with what I'm watching so I don't get caught up and my mind gets caught up with whatever's going on there, right? And pray for those people. Pray for those you see who are in pain and in suffering. Pray for those who are committing crimes and all the evilness in the planet. I know it's not right, but everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. Trust me, I've seen, heard, watched the most evilest things being done to people. I've had things been done to me, and I know it's hard to forgive, and it's hard to grasp the fact that that's not who they truly are, the people who hurt you and who are hurting others and doing these evil, nasty things. That's not them. They're being taken over. Something happened to them. Something happened. And we just got to pray for them. I pray for those who've done me wrong. And I still ask God to help me to see them through his eyes and remind me of who they really are at the very core. But, yeah. Be careful with what you're watching and consuming, and whatever you watch, invite Jesus in to watch it with you. I discuss with Jesus when I'm watching something, I literally have Jesus with me 24/7. At least I try my best to. Sometimes I get dazed out, but once you connect with God and you spend your time with God, you start to see the truth about everything, and how taken over we've all been, how easily influenced we are. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. But take care, stay safe, stay blessed, and go to God.